Alright, as I continue cleaning out my 2022 winter backlog before diving into the past series of old, let's knock that list down by half and cover 3 more series. But let's start this review with the one that started the best before dropping in quality, Tokyo 24th Ward, who built its series around the idea of the train trolley problem. You know, those situations where you're presented with a switch and you have to decide whether to save a loved one or have X number of random individuals be run over by a trolley. The main characters of the series are the RGB boys, made up of Graffiti Hacker Red, By the Rules Green, and Blue the Jock, who gets pulled into solving one of these said problems by the ghost of their friend/sister. These problems are only part of the big problem that will decide the fate of the ward. But this is a strong initial concept, and the first episode is pretty alright. Each one getting a boost to solve the problem together, utilizing their specific skills. Red gets a boost to his hacking abilities, Green gets a boost to his ability to read people socially, and Blue gets a physical boost. However, pun intended, the series goes off the rails soon after, specifically with the big issue. So the 24th Ward is about to be joined back up with Tokyo. It'll either join in its current state, or as a promising future city where crime is a thing of the past. However, to reach this lofty goal, they must give up a bit of their privacy, as well as make a few sacrifices to fund the tech. The series' trolley issue is asking if you would rather have a society where you could be randomly the victim of a lethal crime, or a society where you are safe, but at the cost of X amount of people. Green leans into the security side, given the death of his sister and the fact that his father is setting up the system, while Red leans into the other side, as almost all the sacrifices are coming at the price of the ghetto, while Blue is the deciding vote in this debate. The issue in this is that the series thinks it has 2 sides when it actually only has a good side and an evil side. As the government learns, oh wait, not all the people who live in the ghetto are bad. It's almost like the vast majority of them aren't bad at all. And that won't do. So we need to come up with a reason to kick these people out so we can remodel the ghetto. I have a great idea. How about we pay this guy who lives in the ghetto, who's trying to support his sick grandma with his sound therapy app, and install it with a virus, so he can make random unsuspecting people into drug-addicted psychopaths. It's a sacrifice that we are happy to make. Also, the cops in this series suck. This chick is looking for any reason to shoot anyone. So the whole morally gray argument kind of falls apart real quick, as one side has no moral ground besides, oh, I'm real sad my wife got killed by someone from the ghetto. Again, this could be personal bias, but I do think this series has a few other issues as well. As one of the hardest issues with creating a decent trolley situation is the balancing act that comes with the nature of it, as the two things need to actually be balanced if you actually want a good situation where either side makes sense, and we need to keep escalating from the first situation. However, simply escalating the danger doesn't work, as the choice of saving this one person or having part of a building fall on a busy mall is, a pretty easy decision to make. You instead need to keep making it a greater risk or cost to themselves to stop these situations, without any cost to either side. I also additionally think the situation involving the dead girl whose brain is powering the machine is a bit contrived and poorly executed. I need to put away the idea that none of these 3 would, get over their grief or holdups about the death in the years since this tragedy happened, as well as never reach out to each other to deal with that trauma or grief. Overall, I find the series a bit middling. It has some neat ideas and some actual drive in the creation of it, but it needed some more passes on the script before it went to production. So unfortunately the series will end up not worth watching. But nothing ventured, nothing gained, and I would much prefer a series that tries and fails than a series that refuses to leave the cliches of the past and tell an uninteresting story. Step up Fantasia Sango, an anime adaptation of a video game taking place in ancient China that tells the old story of a child who thinks she's a monster due to her demonic powers and a warrior that wants to prove that she isn't a monster, plus her 2 friends and a random mascot. If you picture a series where the warrior makes some sacrifice to allow the girl to safely use her powers, only for the girl to realize, oh no, he's been making the sacrifice, I need to run away so he doesn't die, before coming together and proving the power of friendship. You're right. The middle part of the series is just a demon of the week, and the other 2 get 1 demon a pop to establish their characters and hammer down the power of friendship. This series is dreadfully boring, and unless you're absolutely new to media, you've seen this concept hundreds of times before, and probably to a better effect than this series. So yeah, I can't say that the series is worth watching. The final stop for this episode is the almost evergreen bad mobile game anime adaptation. I'm speaking of Girls Frontline, trying to adapt a successful mobile game into an anime. I've never played the game, as I don't like guns, I don't like gacha waifu nonsense, and I don't like the idea of gacha waifu nonsense based on guns. So I won't say I gave Girls Frontline the benefit of the doubt. but I'll give the anime this: it at least made a charitable attempt at maximizing the use of characters outside of the initial main characters. I could complain that this was a bad idea in concept, given the lore the series has, that you don't have time to provide, given you're already bending backwards to get through what I've been told is like 5 or 6 chapters in the game. There's also lacks any downtime, so none of these characters really interact with each other and develop beyond what the plot needs. But we all know what this anime is. It's an advertisement. This is someone paying a lot of money to make a product to help increase the awareness of their game, and they really couldn't give a damn if the anime was good or bad. Just as long as it gets more eyes on their games and allows them to use it for in-game events, it's a success to them. It's here to show off the girls, and I'll say it at least does that much, but I wouldn't call it good TV, so of course it isn't worth watching.